Well, howdy, folks. I know a lot of you have pets. In fact, I ran a Twitter poll, and it seems like most people actually have pets, and it's even come up a few times during live streams and in comments and vlogs. Now you got your own house, or you've got your own space. Why not get a dog? Why not get a cat? Why not get a fish? All kinds of requests because people do love their animals. I'm not anti-pet. I'm not against people who have pets. We've just discovered our life is incredibly more simple and easier to manage when we don't have one. I know. I'm probably gonna end up getting a lot of backlash for this. I don't think I've ever talked about it before, but one of the primary reasons we've never felt the need to get a pet or have one in our particular residence is because we know so many people that have them already that we love kind of just being able to go over, hang out at their place, play with their cat, play with their dog, and then we just come home and we don't have any of the responsibility that comes along with owning a pet, but we get all the benefits. You know, if we want a dose of kitten, we get to check out the awesome kittens over at my sister's house. She just got two, Dill and Scout. Yes, one of them looks incredibly similar to my old cat Pickle, rest in peace. And that's why one of the cats is named Dill. It's like the sequel to Pickle, you know, in a way. The other one's just Scout, but those kittens are fun. I love playing around with them, but they are a lot of work to take care of. They are kind of a burden. You have to take care of them, especially when you're going to be out of town for a while. And one of the very nice perks of being a no pet household is, you hear that? It's nothing. The house can stay incredibly quiet, and we don't have to make plans whenever we take trips or we leave the house for a while. We don't have to think about where the animals are. We don't have to think about, are they potty trained or not? We don't have to take care of litter boxes. We don't have to buy kibble. We don't have to buy food of any kind, and that just makes life a whole lot easier. But one of the reasons I think I've never really changed my mind or shifted on this position much is because we've had to watch other people's animals quite a bit. So visiting is one thing, but sometimes other people in our lives go out of town and they need us to watch the dog for a while. And we love our friends, so we're willing to help them out. And of course, we usually always accept to look over their cat, look after their dog, give them their meds, give them their food, make sure that they get to play outside. Whatever the owner asks us to do, we will do. And from experience of taking care of those animals for a long, long time, we already got tired of it. It got old very, very quickly. Yes, having someone that you get to play fetch with, or having someone that you get to snuggle with or something, and animals just have this natural innocence about them. The fact that they, you know, are not human, but at the same time can emote such human characteristics, and that's why 90% of the internet is literally cat videos, just because of how funny it is to us to watch. But we've discovered that we can gain a lot of those fun interactions with animals without having to own one ourselves, which of course involves a ton of responsibility and care. And me and Louise in our marriage are kind of selfish. We don't want to divide our time between others. We like spending time together, and it feels like we already have a ton of responsibilities between our jobs, taking care of the house, washing dishes, and mowing the lawn, and all kinds of chores that come around with being a homeowner, that adding more responsibility on top of that just doesn't seem worth it to us. And the truth is, once you buy a pet, you really get committed to it quickly. And I think I know that if we ever got a cat or a dog, it would not take long for us to be so in love with it that we could never let go. We could never go back on that decision. So buying a pet, buying an animal really is a lifelong commitment to however long that animal is going to stick around, because, you know, once you get a cat and you're used to having it around, or once you have a dog and you're used to having it around, it is one of the most difficult things in the world to ever let go of that animal, or ever decide, you know what, this isn't practical for us. I don't think we can keep them around anymore. You can't do that, because you've named them, you've gotten comfortable with them, and you've welcomed them into the family. So it feels like you're getting rid of one of your kids, and you just feel so attached to them now that I'm sure many of you watching this who have pets are like, no, we could never get rid of that animal. We could never get rid of that dog or cat, no matter how inconvenient it may be to the household, or how inconvenient it may be to watch the animal, or find, you know, a dog sitter or a cat sitter for a time being while we're away. You could never, just because they're a part of you now. So it's because we understand that responsibility and that lifelong commitment that we probably don't ever plan on getting pets. And I've had pets in the past before, believe me. When we had Pickle, you know, he was funny, he was fun to put in videos, he was fun to cuddle with, and he was feisty. He could get angry sometimes, but there was a very, very high limit to what we would stop ourselves for to protect him and make sure he was okay. And if he got sick, what we would spend on, you know, the vet bills and that kind of thing. He very much became part of the family. And when he passed on, it was really rough for a lot of us. And because we had that lifelong commitment with him and we were so used to having him around, around. I don't know if I could ever be comfortable going through all of that again, you know, knowing the responsibilities involved and knowing how much it throws you off when you finally lose that animal, because they're not going to live forever. Most of us will outlive the pets we have today. Sorry to make you think about that, but it's just kind of a weird thing humanity does, you know, how we kind of associate ourselves with more domesticated animals, and it's very pick and choose. It's interesting to me how we relate and we sympathize and we share love for these animals that are different from us, but they're able to convey emotion very similar to us. I think that's why people are so attached to cats and dogs, is because through their eyes and through their behavior, we're able to convey happiness or joy or positive emotions with each other, that we want to spend time together like they're a member of our family. But we don't have that same approach to other pests or other animals that may enter our house. You know, you don't feel that way with the spider that you spot in the shower that's this big. You see that thing and you're like, how do I get rid of it? How do I kill it? Or, you know, a centipede that crawls into your house. Even though it's a foreign life form, you know, it's another species that's not human, but because it looks weird and because it's not able to convey emotion the same way a dog or a cat is, we reject it. We decline it and say, no, we don't want that as a pet. We don't want it in our house. But because this cat is cute and I like that it's cute, I will let it in my house and I will take care of it. And I'm not trying to commentate on how hypocritical we are. I'm just saying it's interesting how the human mind works and how we're willing to nurture things that can convey emotion in the way that we can. You know, is this kind of interesting to anyone? Either way, I'm not saying I hate cats. I'm not saying I hate dogs. I'm just saying that we love being able to play with them and hang out with them on occasion at friends' house and then not have any of the responsibility when we come home. And there have been one or two pets we've had to take care of from friends or family members, and sometimes it was just a little overbearing for us, even if it was just for a couple days or a week or so. It was just like, man, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of responsibility just for this one animal. And we like not having that responsibility and just being able to leave the house, take off, and not even think about it, and not have to pick up after them, not have to walk them or anything like that. So that's why we don't have pets, and we don't have any plans to. Our pets are our plants. We have a whole lot of plants around the house, and they're very quiet, and all you got to do is water them, and there's not too much sadness when they die, because, you know, it's just like, oh, that's too bad. But thank you all for your pictures of your pets that you shared with me on Twitter. I hope you guys enjoy them, and I hope you got some closure or some answers as to why Tailosive is a pet-free house. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent day. Take care.